I went to prison too. I know what you lived through. I remember the crash. As every day we were forced to lock ourselves in iron cages. I remember marching in lockstep to the river to empty a pail filled with the day's excrement. I remember solitary. Can you imagine? How can a society claim to be great or good if it does this to even the least of its number? I spent a year there after your attempt on Frick. I thought I could fan the flames that you had started, that by trying to kill Frick, you had ignited a spark that I could turn into a great conflagration. That is when I spoke in Union Square. Thought I could change the world. Can you imagine? They locked me up for a year for nothing more than words. As though words could drive any man who had not already been oppressed, who had not already had his livelihood stolen, who was not already ground down by a capitalist system that cared no more for him than what it could take. Oh, but I am read Emma Goldman, who turns soldiers into traitors by shaking their hands, who turns ordinary men into assassins by lending them books. If there was a riot, it was not because Emma Goldman told the poor and destitute to riot. It was because Wall Street had made them poor and destitute. Look at you! Do you not realize that the state is the worst enemy you have? It is a machine that crushes you in order to sustain the ruling class, your master. Like naive children, you put your faith in political leaders. You make it possible for them to creep into your confidence, only to have them betray you to the first bidder. And where there is no direct betrayal, the union leaders make common cause with your enemies, to keep you in leash, to prevent you from direct action. The state is the pillar of capitalism. It is ridiculous to expect any redress from it. Do you not see the stupidity of asking for relief from Albany when there is immense wealth a stone's throw from here? Fifth Avenue is laid in gold, every mansion a citadel of money and power, yet there you stand, a giant starved and fettered, shorn of its strength. You, too, will have to learn that you have a right to share your neighbor's bread. Your neighbors, they are not only stealing your bread, they are sapping your blood, and they will go on robbing you and your children and your children's children unless you wake up, unless you become daring enough to demand your rights. Well then, demonstrate before the palaces of the rich. Demand work. If they deny you work, demand bread.